Hey, this is Bruce Naylor, aka Frugal Tech, and this is another installment of the BizGeek Show, episode number 2. And I've got a question from a viewer, Robert Santellan, who happens to be a friend of mine, not only from the comments down on YouTube, but we've also been on, I've been on his show, etc. At any rate, he is another YouTuber, the Geeky Tipster. Link down below to his channel. But here's his question. And he was referring to episode number 1, where I talked about how people sometimes attribute luck to when it's really a lot of hard work and preparation meeting the right opportunity. At any rate, he writes, "Great video, really enjoyed it. I got a question. How do you show the people around you that the time and money you're investing in starting your own business is not a waste of time or money? This is a constant battle for me, and it can be discouraging at times." Hey, great question. So I'm not sure if you're asking in regards to your YouTube channel or what business you're referring to, Robert, but let's just keep this kind of on the face value. The way that most people, I think, see or determine that a business venture has been successful is by the money that the business is making, right? And that is kind of the yardstick that most people would use to say, hey, this thing is a legitimate business and not a hobby, or something that's just not going to pan out. In my mind, the important thing for people to understand is exactly what your business does and how it's going to make money, and approximately how long you think that's going to be, and what milestones have you already achieved in the time you set out to achieve them. So that's quite a bit to think about. But that's how most people equate success in business, and how much cash is rolling into the business. That doesn't mean that that's always the business model, right? I mean, there are plenty of Silicon Valley startups right now whose whole mission is to be acquired by somebody else. They're actually not making a penny, and they're living off venture capital funding and first round and Series A and Series B round funding. But that is the exception rather than the rule. Most of us small business people, we tend to bootstrap our business, and we have a very clear business plan and a certain timetable and schedule to say this needs to happen at this point in time. We need to be here in sales. We project this kind of revenue and income and so forth. You'll notice that the theme is centered around about how much money the business is making. Now, another thing is you have to be able to explain to people very simply what your business is and how it makes money, so people understand it. And not all business ventures are profitable right away. A lot of times it can take months or even years for a business to actually become profitable. But I think what people see, if you're starting a business, you're pouring money into it, you're investing money into it, and they're not seeing you gaining the fruit of this labor, then they begin to question the viability of the business. But only you know in your head what milestones that you set for yourself for the business to become profitable, or where you want to be at by a particular point in time. That's kind of a frame of reference that you can give to other people. Say, look, we didn't plan on being profitable in year 1 or even year 2, but we did plan to have so many subscribers. We planned on having so many views, or we planned on having, and we've attained all these goals, and this is part of the plan. And when people understand that you're working a plan and you're meeting these milestones, and you don't project revenue for 24 months, 36 months, or what have you, at least they see that, okay, he is or she is actually hitting their goals. And the reason why they're not making money is because they've already expected or kind of factored that into the startup phase of the business. So to kind of sum it up, 1, make sure you're able to explain exactly what your business is, very simply, less than a paragraph, almost like an elevator pitch. 2, what milestones you have to project along the way that you have hit or going to hit in order to achieve profitability. That's number 2, and where you're at. That's very, very important. And 3, just explain to these folks that, you expect profitability within X number of months. Now, on the flip side of the coin, if you are truly investing money and time to something and you're not seeing results month in and month out, and what you have, if it's something you enjoy doing, is a hobby. No shame in that. No problem having a hobby. But there comes a point in time If your business model is not working, then maybe your family and friends are simply trying in maybe the best or not the best possible way to say, look, this really isn't working out for you. That's the decision you got to make. But if you've hit those milestones, if you've got the plan and you expect to be profitable in a certain amount of time, then you have something to work with. And that's the only way you can explain to people what it is you do and how it works. All right? Until the next one, everybody.